Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakakwadash, Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there, Shalom to you all. I'm going to entitle this video simply Isaiah chapter 65. So I'm going to see if I can go through this whole chapter. I may cut it up depending on if I go into a lot of different precepts. Let's see where the Spirit takes me. So it says on the headline, a rebellious people. First precept that comes to mind is Ezekiel chapter 2 and chapter 3, mainly chapter 3, where the Most High told, it was given to Ezekiel to eat this roll, which represents the scriptures. And after you digest this roll, go out and teach the house of Israel. It actually says house, if I'm not mistaken. And then the Most High told Ezekiel that you're going to go to them, you're going to teach them, and they're not going to listen for the most part. But you got to tell them anyway. If you don't tell them, the blood is on your hand. They're going to die, but the blood is on your hand. You're responsible for their death for not warning them. It also uses the word warn them. Anyway, so let's go to the first verse. I am sore to them that ask not for me. That's literally talking about all of us that lost this thing. That goes back to Matthew chapter 25, the 10 virgins, 5 are wise and 5 are foolish. And at midnight there was a cry made. So the cry is that you're the Israelites. So I am sort of them that ask not for me. Because if we didn't know, if no one taught us that we were Israelites, we wouldn't ask for the Most High. We would not be identifying ourselves with being an Israelite. So now it's happening. We're in the time of Matthew 25, where it says at midnight there was a cry. The midnight represents the end of Esau. It doesn't mean exactly at midnight. You know, it says in the scriptures at noon that wasteth at noonday. Psalms 91. It's not talking about actual noonday. It's talking about noonday is when the sun is highest in the sky. Midnight is the lowest part of the night, because 1 minute after midnight, even though when the sun goes down, 8 o'clock, 8:30, right now about 8:30, midnight, a minute after midnight is the beginning of the morning, so you can understand. You know, morning, you can't, at 9 o'clock at night, the sun went down a half an hour before that. You can't say, oh, this is the morning. No. The morning watch starts at midnight. Then you have the day watch, where it starts at what we call 6 o'clock. That's the first hour of the day. When you go into the New Testament, it's the 9th hour of the day, the 3rd hour of the day. So you go by around 6 in the morning. They didn't have digital clocks back then. It says, I am sort of them that ask not for me. At one time, we never asked for the Most High, inquired to the Most High. We thought we knew the Most High with these church systems. Then, in the 60s, you had the black struggle, so-called black struggle, and you had Islam came on the scene. And you had a lot of Jakes that were formerly Christians, because that's all they know. They became Islamic because, Christianity is synonymous with slavery, the slave master. But what they don't realize, you went from being a Christian to a Muslim, not realizing that the Arabs were part of, had a hand in selling you into slavery. It was a deal made with the Arabs and the so-called white man. Now, brothers would say, and the Africans, it was Israelites that were selling other Israelites. There was one king, and I did a video on this years ago, where he was selling his own wives, made a deal with the Arabs to sell his own wives to the white man. He got tired of the wives, and he said, just sell them. Now, let me get some money out of it. Go back to the history of the Hawaida kingdom. You had the Dahomey kingdom, which came after the kingdom of Hawaida, which is Judah. I mean, that's a whole nother subject, But you had wars, we'll use tribal wars, with Israelites selling other Israelites into slavery. And Ham was a part of that too, because you got Ham mixed among us as well. So it was so-called Arabs, so-called white man, Jake selling Jake, and Ham selling Jake. It says, so now at midnight there was a cry made. People started listening and identifying themselves for being an Israelite. See, you got this guy, Vocab Malone, saying they say that you can only be saved and it's based on your ethnic background. Yeah, of course it is. In order for you to be delivered, you have to be an Israelite. If you're an Edomite and you study this truth and you believe in everything that we say, you're still not going to be saved because you're an Edomite. It said, I am found of them that sought me not. At one time, we didn't seek after the Most High until the cry was made. It said, I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name. To a nation that was not called by my name. What does that mean? We didn't identify ourselves or look to the Most High as being a so-called black man. His name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai, and we are the Israelites. It says, I have spread out my hand all the day unto a rebellious people. And that's us. The Most High put the Spirit on us to go out to the Israelites using the internet. And you know what? It's been out there. Everybody knows about the whole Hebrew Israelite thing, the whole One West thing. So if you hear about it and you reject it, well, that's on you. It says, which walketh in a way that was not good. They were eating pork, eating shrimp, eating lobster. They were praying to a so-called European Jesus after their own thoughts. A people that provoke me to anger continually, the people are Israelites, to my face, that sacrifice in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of brick. Now, bringing it up to date is talking about the church system. When you build a church from the ground up, it's normally like a dome or a ceiling, but you'll have like, how can I say, for lack of a better way of saying it, a man-made, not branches, but groves. When you go out into what the Israelites did when they knew that they were Israelites, during the time of Isaiah, they knew about these other nations, and they got with their women, married these women, and they followed their gods. But they had to maintain that they were Israel. It tells you that in Ezekiel chapter 8. Then it goes into how the angels destroyed the Israelites in Ezekiel chapter 9, which that's going to happen again. Because they knew that they were Israelites. They were praying to the Most High power, but they were secretly worshiping these gods. Chemos and Belpeor and Baal. It says, a people that provoke me to anger continually to my face. Now, part of being Israelite is to know that you're an Israelite, identify with the fact that you're an Israelite, and you have to know and understand your power, your God. And part of knowing him is knowing his name. Look, the Most High gave us his name and his son's name, Yahweh and Yahushai. That sacrifice in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of rock, brick. And that's what they did. That's also in Jeremiah chapter 2. Well, Jeremiah 1, 2, and 3. So what they were doing, they would go out to the groves, out to the forests. And when you look up, you would see branches, crisscrossing one another. And that's how these churches that are built from the ground up are built like indoor groves. A lot of these churches that are built from the ground up have what you call it, steeples, if I'm saying that right, which are like obelixes, because the elite set this whole thing up during the Renaissance period to really make you worship gods other than the Most High, and burneth incense upon altars of brick, keep saying rock, which remain among the graves and large in the monuments, which eat swine flesh. What does a Christian say? And there's many scriptures that they use to justify the fact that they can eat swine flesh and any unclean animal. They'll use Acts chapter 10, which is not literal, because after the sheet was taken up with the unclean animal or beast, Peter wondered what this vision meant. It didn't mean that you're supposed to eat. You can start eating pork. Like I said, I'm not going to go all into it. That's a whole nother subject. But these Christians will use scriptures to justify the fact that you can eat all unclean foods, which shows you that they're not following the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Because when you come into this, you got to start to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Not just you got to keep all the laws. And Paul said that. Peter said that. James said that. Acts 15. Colossians 2 verse 16. Which is a shadow of things to come. Which eat swine's flesh and broth of abominable things is in their vessels. Which say, stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou. That's these the holy rollers, the mostly black women that wear all white. They wear the white nurse shoes. They wear the white dresses. They got the white bonnets. And they showed you that with in the Sanford and Son with his sister-in-law, Esther. You get away from me, you old heathen. These are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burneth all the day. Meaning the Most High is pissed off. He wants to do something, man. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to completely destroy this place, and he's not going to blow the world up, blow the world to smithereens. This destruction is going to come, as I said in the previous video, Isaiah chapter 13, just to name one scripture, to destroy the whole land. It's not talking about the whole planet Earth. So these individuals, the IUIC, are waxing worse and worse. They're breaking the scriptures down wrong. And they're waxing worse and worse. You're going to burn in hell. That's a Roman Catholic doctrine. We call the Roman Catholic scare tactic, RCST, Roman Catholic scare tactic. 6th verse. Behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silence, but will recompense, even recompense unto their bosom. Recompense mean I'm gonna get for what you did, I'm gonna get you. Your iniquities, he's talking to Israel. Matter of fact, let's do this. A rebellious people. He's talking to Israelites. Your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together, saith Yahweh, which have burnt incense upon the mountains, and blaspheme me upon the hills. You got guys now that have received the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and they're blaspheming the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. They're making mockery of the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. If you don't repent, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is going to destroy you. And yes, we do have the exclusive names of Yahweh and Yahushai. Upon the hills, therefore will I measure their former work into their bosom. He's gonna destroy you. Thus saith Yahweh, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one saith, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it, so will I do for my servant's sake, that I may not destroy them all. Now let me read that again. Thus saith Yahweh, as the new wine is found in the cluster, in the grapes, and one saith, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it. You ever get grapes, from the supermarket, and there's certain ones that are janky looking. You just throw them away, and you save the good grapes on the vine, right? Destroy it not, for a blessing is in it. Use the good. Just take the good. Throw out them bad ones and use the good ones. And that's the separation between the elect and the rest of Israel. So will I do for my servants' sake. The servants are the elect of Israel that become prophets under the Most High. Elect. Sake, that I may not destroy them all. So the Most High is not going to destroy all of Israel. And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob. So he's not saving all of Jacob. The majority of Jacob here in Babylon the Great, they're going to be destroyed. And only the elect will make it. That includes men, women, and children. It says, and out of Yahwadah, an inheritor of my mountains, the tribe of Judah. The Most High's mountain is a new kingdom. And mine elect shall inherit it. So it's going to start with the elect. What's going to happen to the rest of the Israelites that get destroyed? Well, they're going to come back to us. They're not going to burn in hell. Stop listening to Bishop Nathaniel. He's spiraling out of control. He's waxing worse and worse. And none of those guys see it. And my servants shall dwell there. Mine elect shall dwell there. So I'm coming down to the 13th verse where Vocab Malone totally botched it up. And those guys from the HOI, they failed miserably against they didn't know how to deal with this. And then Vocab came by himself. He didn't bring an army with him. He came by himself and shut you guys down. It said, in Sharon shall be a fold of flock, and the valley of Achor, a place for the herbs to lie down in. For my people that have sought me. Who is the people that have sought the Most High? The elect. This is not about waking up the whole nation. It's about the elect. But ye are they that forsake Yahweh. That's talking about, that represents the 2/3. If you're going to deal with percentages or whatever, 2/3, or 66%, that forgot my holy mountain. The holy mountain is the majesty of the Most High, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, the kingdom of heaven, the spiritual realm, the kingdom that's going to come here on earth. The earth that's not going to be destroyed to smithereens. Is going to blow up, and the whole earth is going to become smithereens. That prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you. And the troop, it says of Gad, the troop shall overcome him. Guess what? The troop overcame all of Israel. Some of y'all have become part of the troop. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, how did the Most High call? To us. Ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Jake doing their own thing. Therefore thus saith Yahweh the Most High, behold, my servant shall eat, mine elect shall eat. This is getting ready to happen. Because everybody's eating. The good and the bad, the righteous and the wicked, the elect and the non-elect. You can all eat. There's going to come a time where food is going to be cut off. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 2nd Ezra chapter 16 we're going to experience that. But the ones that trusted in the Most High, there's several brothers and even some sisters that had dreams where there were shortages of food, and angels would come and give us food, good food. So that's a matter of faith. It said, my servants, which are the elect of Israel, shall eat, but ye, the ones that didn't listen, shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Daniel chapter 12. Everlasting contempt. They're going to feel bad because they didn't take heed to the prophets of the Most High. So now this guy, a vocab that doesn't understand the scriptures, he says, well, is that talking about y'all? Well, how can it be talking about y'all when it's talking about being under the curse? Yes, we're under the curse. But this is the Most High taking the curse off of us. If you had a choice, would you rather live at this time, now, or back in hardcore slavery? You're going to say now. So the Most High lifted that hardcore slavery that we were in. That was hard times, man. You lived in slave quarters. You had to work from can't see in the morning to can't see at night. If the taskmaster or the slave master or the plantation owner like your woman, he can take your woman and pop your woman, and there's nothing you can do about it. He can take the family and sell them off, sell the children off to one plantation, sell the wife to another plantation, sell the man to another plantation. There shall be no might in thy hand. And that's going to happen again with them. So the Most High have lifted the curse from off of us, but we're still under the curse. We're still under this man. So 13 verse is talking about Jacob's trouble, when all hell breaks loose. 2nd Ezra 15 takes place. Behold, 14 verse, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart. When? It's getting ready to come. But ye shall, you the ones of you that didn't accept this, you Moors, you Jakes in Islam, you Jakes in Christianity, you churches, the black conscious Jakes, you Jakes that are into like the stock market, you Jakes that are into the politics. A lot of you Jakes are gonna really vote. Now you got this is funny, man, because if you go back when not Biden, Trump was running for president, Jake wasn't gonna vote for him to be president. Now guess what? You got a lot of Jake men, not women so much, but Jake men that's saying we're gonna vote for Trump. And they're desperate now. Now, I don't know if y'all saw that debate. I didn't watch the debate, but I heard even CNN was saying, when CNN, which is 100% backing Biden, they said, man, he said he didn't look good at all. When they say that, man, then they had Kamala Harris come, and I had to turn the channel, man. She was talking about how great the debate was and how great Biden did. And then even this guy, Anderson Cooper, whatever his name is, and he was like looking at her like, what's wrong with what the hell's wrong? What debate was she watching? This guy was stuttering. He was saying incoherent things were coming out of his mouth. Didn't make any sense. Looked like he wanted to go to sleep. It looked like Trump wanted to laugh. Trump won that hands down. Now they're talking about, look, we got to replace this guy. What Democrat are going to get to replace this guy to go up against Trump? So I don't know who the elite is going to choose, but it's the elite. All that going to the polls don't mean a guy. You might as well stay your ass home, because it's the elite that say this guy's going to be the president. Hey, Barack Obama, they slated him to be president back when he was in college. The same thing goes with Clinton, Bill Clinton. There's a famous picture of him. He was part of this. I forget the name. Somebody look it up for me. He was part of this. He was part of this in the school, prep school or whatever, and they train you to be politicians. And so there's a famous picture of Bill Clinton shaking, I think it's JFK's hand. And there's something written on his shirt. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me go ahead and look that up. He is spiraling out of control. Bill Clinton meets JFK. 5 decades ago, Bill Clinton meets JFK. Let me go to images. There it is. Let me see. I'm trying to get a good, clearer picture. Okay, here's a good one. He kind of looks like a Kennedy. His historic picture, Bill Clinton and JFK. The story behind their 1963 handshake. It lasted just seconds, but the brief interaction between JFK, you got to read the rest of it. But you can see how he's kind of bound down, and they all got the same shirts. They are part of this political group of young men that want to be politicians. So this man was groomed way back in the 60s. He was groomed to be a president. The same thing with all of them, really. They're groomed. This guy, not Biden, Barack Obama. He was groomed. They said he went to Columbia, and now people witnesses say, "Well, I never seen him at Columbia," but they said he which is in Harlem, 116th Street. The campus is off of Broadway. So I didn't want this. '14 verse, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but in time. We're not singing for joy. The burden is pulled, lightened off of our backs. We're not in hardcore slavery. We're not sleeping in a damn shack where the taskmaster said, "Get up, time to work, boys, time to work. Get your black asses, they snowball, get your ass out there in the field, nigga. We gonna work your ass. I ain't like the way you looked at me, nigga. So I'm gonna work your ass today, boy. And you ain't gonna eat either. But ye shall cry for sorrow of heart and shall howl for vexation of spirit." That's talking about you jakes that didn't listen. The scripture, what does Isaiah say about the woman in Isaiah? 32:9? So I would say every Jake in America then watch the video on one of the former One West camps. So there's no excuse. It says, "And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen." When we tell you that you're Israelites, you say, "I ain't no Israelite, I'm Muslim. I'm a 5%er. I'm Christian. I'm a black. I'm Egyptian or whatever." So you take that name back. "For Yahweh shall slay thee and call his servants by another name." What's that other name? The other name. It says, "Call his servants, his elect, by another name." What's that other name? Israel. In other words, that name that wasn't on you, in the place where it was said, "Ye are not my people," there shall be said, "Ye are the sons of the living power." So that's the other name. It's the same name, just given back to you. "That he who blesses himself in the earth shall bless himself in the Most High of truth. He that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the power of truth." That's for the elect, because the former troubles are forgotten and because they are hid from my eyes. That's talking about forgiveness, because ultimately all Israel shall be forgiven. Romans chapter 11, verse 25 and 26. So ain't no Israelite going to burn in hell forever. Like I said, this guy, Bishop Nathaniel, is waxing worse and worse. And we see it. We see it. Nobody else sees it in IUIC, because these guys at Kanai and Yawasop, they kiss asses, man. They kiss this guy. They kiss this guy's ass. They fancy him as a god. He's breaking the scriptures down. Look, the wrong way. If you go back 5 years, 10 years, he taught things differently back there. Even the MOTB. He said it had nothing to do with people. It was talking about countries and companies. Now it's talking about people, but it means sin in all of its forms, whether it be political or religious. So now, before the kingdom comes, Jacob's trouble's got to come. Before the kingdom comes, Second Ezra's 15 and 16 got to take place. Everything got to take place. Got to take place in order. And before the destruction and the kingdom and the deliverance comes, the MOTB has to come. That's why we always speak about it. And it's right at the door because the Spirit's been on us to go do videos on the Charagma. That's going to shake up all you camps. For behold, I create a new heavens and new earth. That does not mean the Most High is going to destroy the heavens and the earth. It's talking about a system. Who runs this earth? Who runs this earth now? Esau. This is Esau's world. If you want to be a pilot, and the scriptures say he's the prince of the power of the air. If you want to be a pilot, and let's say you live in Cairo, Egypt, your dream is to become a pilot. Guess what? When you go to school, you got to learn English. If you do not know English, you cannot be a pilot. That's the language, international language of aviation. He's the prince of the power of the air. For behold, I create new heavens and new earth. That does not mean he's going to destroy the existing earth. And the former, matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let me do this. Let me cherry pick some precepts here. Wow. Let me do it this way. Let me do it this way. Let me do this way. Let me see what comes up. All right, prolong thy days upon the earth, which Yahweh, thy power, giveth thee forever. So the Most High gave us the earth forever. Earth is not going to be destroyed. Okay, Psalm 78 and 69. And he built his sanctuary, holy place, like high palaces, like the earth, which he hath established forever. Like the earth, which he hath established forever. Psalm 78 and 69. Psalms 104, verse 5. Who laid the foundation of the earth that it should not be removed forever. Who laid the foundations of the earth that it should not be removed forever. So the earth is not going to blow up into smithereens. Ecclesiastes 1:4, one generation passes away and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. So, the leadership at the IUIC, they're waxing worse and worse. So when the scriptures speak about a new heaven and a new earth, that's talking about a new rulership. From the 17th verse, for behold, I create new heavens and a new earth. And that's a new kingdom. That's our rulership. And the former, which is Esau's rulership, not be remembered nor come unto mind. In Job 20, start the 5th verse, it says they shall be, matter of fact, I'm going to go to it so I can read it. Job 20 and 5. That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. It's in the 7th verse. Though his excellency mount up into the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, a bad dream, a nightmare, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eyes also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. '18th verse. But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the people before it's a place. Revelation 21, starting from the 1st verse. John saw New Jerusalem coming down. And guess what? John was in that ship. John was in Yahushai's ship. I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, which is the kingdom, and her people a joy. The Hebrew word for joy is Eden or Eden. The garden eastward in Eden. The whole earth was Eden. When they first came over here to the Americas, the Americas was Eden. It was a part of a paradise. This devil turned this place into a damn wilderness, and then built upon it deforestation. Most High going to destroy them that destroyed the earth. You got these Edomites. The earth is messed up, and it's because of you. It ain't because of me. It's because of you Edomites that's in power. And you can see that this kingdom is dying, man. That debate was an embarrassment. They even said that even Fox News, I was watching Fox News, they said that Trump, it wasn't his best debate. He wasn't 100%, but he still won because Sleepy Joe was looking like he wanted to go to sleep. Shit is fucking embarrassing, man. They made the whole election process a mockery. That's why Jake, black women, they're not worried about the so-called black women. They're worried about so-called black men. The focus is on black men. Because Jake, so-called black men, Jake can see real. Women can't see real. They see with rose-colored glasses, as the old saying goes. People just tell them something and they'll just believe it. Jake ain't falling for that. Jake is like, fuck this motherfucking system. Either I'm not voting, or if I'm going to vote, I'm voting for Trump. And they're really voting for Trump as a protest to the Democrats for how the Democrats fucked them over for years. And as soon as that charagma come out, like I said, that's going to be a major shaking to all the camps out there that are teaching otherwise. And the ones of you that took that bag, you're going to have to convince your people to go ahead and take it. So when that comes, you better tighten your... See, that's when reality is going to hit you in the face. 19th verse. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people, which are the Israelite. That's your ethnicity, your ethnic. You can't be saved based upon your ethnicity. This vocab. It says my people, my people. You got Japanese people, you got Chinese people, you got white people, you got African people, and you got different tribes of African people, different nations in Africa. And the voice of weeping shall, like I said, if Bocat roll up on any GMS camp, call the cops on his ass for harassment and stalking. We cutting that devil off. And the voice of weeping shall be no. And I'll say this: if he roll up on you, you want to beat him up in the scriptures, you can, but you don't got to deal. You don't got to deal with him. You don't got to deal with him. You might wake up feeling good about yourself. You're gonna let him speak, but guess what? He been saying the same crap since 2016. What does he think that he's gonna pull out a precept and we're gonna all of a sudden see it? We're gonna have an aha moment. We're gonna say, Eureka! I found it. Or we're going to experience an epiphany. We're not going to experience an epiphany. The skies are not going to open. And we're going to see John Calvin sitting on the right side of a white Jesus. The dude's a complete clown, and nobody takes him serious, man. So if you don't want to be bothered with that guy, call the cops. Look, man, you're harassing us. We're filming a video, and you're harassing us. Could you please, walk down the street? And then if you don't walk down the street, just call the police and and the police might take his side. So then you say, okay, that's no big deal. You're going to tell him he has a right to protest and this, that. I said, oh, no problem. Okay, sir. So we're going to go. Now, if he follows you, that's stalking. Look, let me say this here. When Yahweh Hashem Yahushai puts a spirit on us, and that's not going to be the prophets. We're not going to get physical. We're going to be spiritual. But the Most High going to put the spirit on Jake, and they're going to tear shit up. And the whole world is angry at this man. And another thing, the whole world is laughing at that debate. The whole world. Americans are not watching debate. The whole world watched that goddamn debate. And they're all laughing at this guy, Biden, man. It says 19th verse, and I'm almost done. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem, which is a people before it's a place, and joy in my people, which are the Israelites. They haven't changed. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that have not fulfilled his days. For the child shall die in 100 years, old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. And we're not going to sin. And they shall build houses because we're going to build a kingdom. We're going to build houses on this earth. The earth is going to be renewed. And inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build in another man inhabit. That's Daniel 2, round about the 40th verse. It says, the kingdom shall not be left to other people. The kingdom is for the Israelites. They shall not plant and another eat, for as the days of a tree are the days of my people. There's trees out there that are 1,000 years old. This one individual I was driving. This is when I was in my 20s. It's Edomite. I was picking him up to go to the airport, and he in the back of his house. He said, "Look, I want to show you something. I want to show you something. You see this tree right here?" He said, "You know this tree was planted when Christopher Columbus came over here. This tree is like 500 years old, and that tree was huge." So trees, they don't die. They the wintertime, they lose the leaves, and then they grow. They're renewed. It says, "For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect, the special people that have the exclusive name of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai, shall long enjoy the work of their hands." That's the kingdom. And we're not going to build, we're not going to lift up a hammer, none of that. We're going to have our servants do that. They shall not, and we got spiritual power, so we can just snap our finger and make things, build stuff. But we're going to make them work. They're almost finished. 3 verses left. They shall not labor in vain. The work that we're doing, we're not doing it in vain, nor bring forth for trouble. For they are the seed of the blessed of Yahweh, which are starting with the elect, and ultimately the rest of Israel, and their offspring with them. Ooh! Their offspring. The offspring were who in the previous life? Those are the ones that didn't make it. The ones that didn't make it on this, when it speaks about the second death, they're coming back as our offspring. Spirits come back. There's a cycle. Reincarnation. That's something that a Christian can't understand. You want to blow a Christian's mind? Go into the topic of reincarnation. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear. In other words, you're going to get the blessing before you ask for the blessing. The wolf and the lamb, and this is happening now. If you go to YouTube, you got there's one, the last YouTube video I saw was a tiger, a full-grown tiger with I believe a Rottweiler, and they're in a closed area, and it looks like, I said, "Oh my goodness, this tiger gonna eat this," and they playing. They're actually running and playing. There's a point where the tiger acts like it's going to kill the dog, and then the dog hides up under something, and then the tiger starts running, and the dog chases after the tiger. So when you watch the video, it's the narrator says that these two were puppies. I don't know what you call a baby tiger, but they were born. They were together since they were newborn. So they're like brothers. If they're both of them are, boy dogs or whatever. So they just play with each other. That's my brother. That's my sister. Whatever. You got cases where you had cubs. You used to watch these videos with the animal featuring animals. These cubs, lions that were, was raised up by a dog, and then when the lions grow big, they look at that dog as their mother. It said the wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock. Because what do lions eat? They eat other animals. And thus shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in my holy mountain, saith the Lord. So Gog and Magog is not coming back to take us. That's why, if you notice, the bishop, he doesn't bring that up, the Gog and Magog thing. First of all, there's no such thing as Gog and Magog. When you see Gog and Magog, it's really Gog, Magog, which Gog, the people from the land of Gog, which is currently Russia. So anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. It's important to get into these breakdowns. So now you can clearly see that Vocab Malone doesn't know what the hell he's talking about when he read Isaiah 65 verse 13 and 14. Well, wait a minute, ain't you under the curses? And those guys didn't know, them guys from the HOI didn't know how to deal with it. But guess what? You live and learn. You live and learn. You didn't know how to deal with it, but now you do know how to deal with it. If Pastor Mike, Elder Mike roll up on a Detroit IUIC and they ask you, who's the king in Deuteronomy 28:36? Y'all didn't know how to answer it. Y'all were going into scriptures. Y'all calling motherfuckers, looking for, what do you call that, helpline, calling people, asking this brother. Y'all guys are fumbling through the pages, man. Now, I hope y'all got the understanding as to what that means. I'm talking about Deuteronomy 28, verse 36. Anyway, with that, scripture say, eat the whole roll. Most High told Ezekiel to eat the whole roll, then go to the house of Israel. John on the Isle of Patmos, he ate the book. He would say, eat this book. So you got to eat the whole book. You got to understand this whole book. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.